I don't know about you all, but whenever I travel, there's a lot of downtime. Either I'm sitting on public transport waiting for something to happen, or I have a tendency to wake up really early every day, no matter what it is. And so I have a lot of time where I'm just sitting waiting for other people who want to sleep in on their vacation, which is perfectly acceptable. But that means that I have lots of downtime. Well, luckily, I have video games in order to take up that downtime, which means that I love to bring my Steam Deck and a bunch of other stuff with me whenever we go traveling. Now, one of the things about the Steam Deck that is a game changer, at least for me, is the fact that you can bring your entire Steam library with you wherever you go, and that lets you enjoy that extra downtime that you might have. Now, here on the table in front of me, I have a lot of stuff. This is generally the stuff that I bring with me in my electronics bag. And it's some of it's for work, some of it is obviously for play, but this is all the stuff that I like to have with me when I'm away from the house. So let's talk about how I take this stuff with me and how I compartmentalize all of the gaming stuff into one location. That way, if I'm going out on public transportation, I can just grab the gaming stuff and bring that with me so I have something to do on the bus, on the train, on the plane, or wherever. So at the heart of this is my gaming bag. This is the TomTalk Steam Deck carry case, and they are the sponsor of today's video. This thing is really nice. Now let's talk about the outside first, and then we'll talk about the inside, and I'll pack up all of this stuff in front of me so you can see how it can all fit in here. Well, not all of it, so you can see how stuff can fit in here. So first off, this strap right here. I don't know what this strap is for. It seems useless to me, but that's okay. This strap, however, is awesome because I have one of those pieces of luggage that has like the extendable handle and then it rolls behind you. This slides right over that so it'll stay on your luggage. You don't have to try and fit it in your luggage, which is awesome. Then it has this shoulder strap, which most of the time I have the shoulder strap detached from it. Why is the shoulder strap important? Well, for two reasons. Number one, it's easy to take on and put off. Put on and take off. And if you look right here, this is completely, will rotate 360 degrees, which is great because then this thing doesn't get all tangled up. One thing that I hate about removable straps is when you clip it on and then you realize that your strap is like inverted somewhere in the middle of it. So then you got to unhook it, flip it around and fix it. This means you never have to do that. It's also really easy to take off. So I'm just going to take it off for now because it's going to be kind of in the way while we're doing all this. All right, so let's take a look at the pouches that we have. I got a lot of stuff in front of me. Let me just make some room for the bag. All right, so on this side, let's say that I'm just taking only the bag with me. Well, this is where I would keep things like my wallet or some extra change. This is the wallet that I use. I really like this wallet a lot. And by the way, as always with any of my videos, if there's something that you see that you really like, there will be links in the description down below so you can check that stuff out. And if you want to get this bag, it's going to be down there as well. All right, so I always throw my wallet in there, and I will also grab a couple of extra cords as well. This is a USB-C cord to C from Ugreen, which is great for charging the deck, and this is USB-C to Lightning, which is great for charging my phone. The phone is actually what's recording the top-down shot right now, so you guys can't see that. All right, so we've got that all zipped up. Now let's open up the big pouch. I really like the zippers. They don't tend to get caught on anything, and they feel like they're really nice, high-quality material. All right, so if we open this up, you can see that there's lots and lots of room in here. We've got another pouch on the inside, maybe a good place to throw some extra cash if you have, and you can see that it's all, branded with the TomTalk logo. Another thing that I want to say about this bag that I really like is that it doesn't like scream, hey, I'm a gamer. I don't know who decided that gamer stuff always had to be loud and like goofy looking. I really like the matte black understated tones of this bag. But you got an extra spot in here where I could put something like, my AirPod Pros, that's the name of them, if I wanted to. Generally those sit in my pocket though, so I'm gonna keep that out. Then we have this section right here, which is really awesome. This is where the Steam Deck goes, and you can see that there's this huge, thick pad right here. The reason that this pad is here is because that's what the screen of the Steam Deck goes against. So I'm going to put the Steam Deck in there, and you can see that this section has like this W fold to it, which really protects the Steam Deck. It's padded on both sides, which I think is really important to protect a potentially $650 device, and that's just, it fits in there absolutely perfect. And then it has this Velcro strap, so you can put that over the top, strap it down right there, and it just seems like it's really secure in there. Now, I love the Steam Deck and I love PC gaming, but I also really like Nintendo games. And sure, there could be games that you emulate on your Steam Deck that you would be playing on your Nintendo Switch otherwise, but I have to admit that when I decide to play Metroid Prime Remastered, I end up just playing it on my Switch because it just works better for me. And I know that there's people who will say, oh, you can do this or you can do that, but I want to have the actual hardware. So this is the Nintendo Switch hard shell carry case from TomTalk, and this Switch fits in there perfectly. And as you can see, it has this little folding thing to cover up the screen so you don't have to worry about the screen getting scratched. And it does have like little spots for game cartridges, although I have to be honest, almost all my games are digital on my Switch. But this is really nice. I think it's high quality. It's got good zippers on there, and I love the gradient color for it. And this fits in here perfectly. Let me just move that out of the way. Hang on, there's something in the way here. There we go. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of empty space in there. So what am I going to put in there? Well, first off, I've got this battery bank from Basis. This is a 65 watt, 20,000 milliamp hour battery bank. It's got a little screen on it, and if I push a button, it tells us that it's currently sitting at 100%, so it's all the way charged. It has two USB-A ports, a USB-C port, and a micro USB port, and it fits perfectly between the Steam Deck and the Nintendo Switch in that bag. Now, what do I do if I want to plug into a wall? Well, I have a couple of options here. Number one, I have this 140 watt charger from Ugreen. It has a foldable plug, so I don't have to worry about it actually damaging things in my bag. This one has two USB-C ports and one USB-A port. I like this a lot, but my other option is the 100 watt charger from Ugreen. Now, why would I bring a 100 watt charger instead of a 140 watt charger? Well, this also has the folding plug, which is great, but it also will charge three USB-C ports and a USB-A port. So this will actually charge more things, just slower. So if I think that I'm going to want to charge something quickly, this is the one that I'm going to bring. If I think that I want to charge a bunch of stuff slowly, then this is the one that I'm going to bring. But I'll go ahead and put that in there, and they would, honestly, they would both fit in there if I wanted, but I think that might be overkill. Now, if you're on the go and you have to type in Linux commands or like move some files around, then you might want to have a keyboard. This is the iClever keyboard, and it allows me to connect to my Steam Deck via Bluetooth. I wouldn't type like an essay on it, but if I had to type in some quick Linux commands, this works really, really well, and I can fit it right on the other side of the Nintendo Switch. All right. Now, that's everything that goes into my gaming bag, and here's my AirPod Pros, and I can go ahead and zip this up. So that puts all of my gaming stuff in this one bag, which is super easy to bring with you wherever you go, and I really think that this is a fantastic option. I'm just going to set this down for now. Let's clean off the rest of my desk here. Here I've got my iPad, which goes into the laptop sleeve of my backpack. I wish I could tell you guys where to get this backpack, but unfortunately I can't. And the reason why I can't is because I've had this thing for nearly 20 years, and I don't think you can get them anywhere. But this goes in there. This is my iPad Pro 12.9 it's I guess the first one without the home button, so I guess really old, but it's still just chews through anything that I send at it. Next up is this Basis Blade charger. This is an extra charger because you can never have too much power when you are out and about. Has a big screen which tells you how much and how quickly it's charging. This is a 100 watt charger, so it'll charge pretty much anything you throw at it. It's got 2 USB-A ports and 2 USB-C ports on it, and it has a screen that tells you how fast it's charging or discharging, so I throw that in there as well. And let's just set this down on the table. Next, I've got my headphones of choice. These are the Audio-Technica ATH M50X with replacement cushions from Wicked Cushions. I love these for a couple of reasons. Number one, they're collapsible so that you can bring them with you. Number two, the headphone cups rotate in all directions. So if I put them around my neck, they'll just sit there flat and they don't have to like sit up like this, which I always hate that. But these collapse down and they throw in this little leather bag. So I like to bring these with me. One thing that I love about those headphones is that they have a detachable wire, which for me is super important. I never want to have attached wires because attached wires inevitably get damaged and then the whole device is kind of broken. All right, so I'm going to take my gaming bag and throw it inside my backpack. Let's go ahead and zip that closed. And actually, I think there's something in the way here. It's a bag of wires. There we go. That's much better. And then, last but not least, I'm going to throw my headphones just above my laptop. Not my laptop, my iPad. And now, I am ready to travel. And I've got all of my stuff for both work and for play with me. Now, let's say that you don't want to bring all of that stuff with you. Maybe you just want to bring your Steam Deck. Well, that's not a problem either. So TomTalk has a solution for that as well. So let me go ahead and get my Steam Deck back out. I'll set this bag down on the floor. And we'll grab the Steam Deck. And let's take a look at this hard shell Steam Deck case, also from TomTalk. This is extremely similar to the one that they make for the Nintendo Switch, except it's obviously made with the Steam Deck in mind. You know, it's got the little cutouts for the joysticks and etc. Now, somebody might say, well, why don't you just use, you know, the default carry case that comes with your Steam Deck? This thing is great. I love that Valve shipped one of these with every single Steam Deck, but this thing is very, very bulky. And if you want to compare the two, I can put them side by side and you can see just how much more volume the Steam Deck case takes up. And this one is much thinner and lighter. So I really do prefer this one over the Steam Deck official one. But let's open it up and check out what's on the inside. You're going to see right here we've got like this little pad, which is really nice because it keeps the Steam Deck from rattling around in there. I think that they did this so that you have the option to put like a case on your Steam Deck and then you could fit it in there. I prefer a naked Steam Deck, honestly, although sometimes I end up going with a case. Then we have the same kind of screen cover that you have with your Nintendo Switch one, except it doesn't have the slots for the Switch cards, which makes sense. It does have like a pocket there, but I just can't see myself ever using that. And then over here on this side, you can see where we have all the cutouts. Obviously, the cutout for the joysticks, very important. For the D-pad and the face buttons and the what are those things called? The touch pads. That kind of seems superfluous. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Unnecessary. Like, that is kind of goofy. But it fits in there really well. And it's got that same high quality zipper that the Nintendo Switch bag had. But this is going to fit really, really well in my bag. So if I don't want to bring all of the other stuff that I have in here, I can just bring my backpack and my Steam Deck, and that really lightens the load. And if you're going to be out and about and you've got, you know, a lot of stuff to bring with you, maybe just throw that in your backpack. But what do you guys think? Do you prefer to bring lots of gaming stuff with you or just have the Steam Deck with you? Let me know in the comments section down below. And if you're looking for if you're looking for 5 things that makes the Steam Deck awesome, make sure you check out this video right here. From the Nerd Nest, I'm Bill. Do me a favor and check out the links in the description down below. And of course, as always, stay rad, everybody.